Now at 9, Webb City's Veterans of Foreign Wars gives back to the community with the Thanksgiving dinner. Plus, Celebration Church in Joplin hosts a Thanksgiving potluck lunch event. And Hideout Harley-Davidson spreads early Christmas cheer with the Memorial Toy Run.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is your KOAM News at 9. I'm Jalen Banks. Sheriff David Groves of Cherokee County released images and video of 2 men wanted in relation to residential burglaries in the county. In security video, you see 2 men enter a door in the dark. One man quickly disables the blink camera and the video clip ends. Suspects may be in a stolen 2021 red Toyota Venza. Call the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office for any information at 620-429-3992. Webb City's Veterans of Foreign Wars is hosting a Thanksgiving dinner for the community. Anyone in Webb City or surrounding areas is able to stop by for a free Thanksgiving dinner. This dinner is possible because of bingo donations.
We raise our money through bingo, and so then we try to give back to the community, and this is one of the ways that we give back.
Webb City's VFW also hosts bingo game events to raise money to give the community, events like Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas baskets, and more. Toy Run and Memorial for Mike Boyd was held in Joplin. Boyd passed away in September, and the bikers and friends of his group bought toys and brought them to the St. Paul Methodist Church. The presents go to families in need.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just people have to have a heart and a compassion for other people. And this year's the Mike Boyd Memorial Tour Run. And so for Mike, this was essential to everything that he believed in. He wanted kids to have a great Christmas. And so for him, it was worth it to take time out of your day to do the toy run and then go buy toys. And so that spirit just transitions over, I think, year after year after year. When you have someone that cares about it, it's inspiring, right? So other people want to be a part of it.
This is the 20th year the group has done the toy run. Celebration Church in Joplin held a Thanksgiving potluck, allowing the congregation an opportunity to participate in Thanksgiving before people hit the road for the holidays.
We just want people to know they're welcome, that they're loved, that when they come to Celebration Church, they're not judged, that they're free to be themselves, and they come as they are, and because Jesus just loves us right where we are, and he changes us one step at a time.
To find more events such as this one, you can find them on our website at koamnewsnow.com. All right, and now Doug Hitty joins us with a look at the weather.
Well, it was definitely a chilly day for us today, but not bad. The weekend overall turned out to be pretty nice. A little bit warmer today, 46. Cold start, 17. We should still be topping out at about 57 for this time of the year. And of course, it's cold outside. It's not as cold as the past couple nights, but 35 in Fort Scott, Miami, 36 in Neosho. We have 30 in Carthage. We're going to drop back mid to upper 20s once again a little bit later on tonight. Clear skies, nothing going on here. Really, the entire Central Plains look pretty good. One little wave down to our south, which will stay south of the region. And we are going to be tracking a storm system, which is going to roll in later this week, just in time for Thanksgiving. Of course, a lot of people traveling. At least tonight into tomorrow looks pretty good. Overnight low 27, clear skies. We'll look at that storm system, all coming up here in just a bit.
Yesterday in Anderson, Missouri, services for a young tow truck driver that was killed in a single vehicle crash on I-44 at Joplin on Tuesday morning. Bradley Skaggs, who was 18 years old, was a lifelong McDonald County resident. His family had asked that tow truck operators and first responders led the funeral procession. The total number in the funeral procession is not known, but it stretched for miles. He was buried in South Knoll near Sulphur Springs, Arkansas. He is survived by his parents, brothers, sisters, and fiance. The Kansas Secretary of State declared that all 105 Kansas counties had completed their post-election audit. All mandates post-election audits, which were conducted in Kansas for the first time in 2019 under the Schwab administration. A post-election audit is performed to confirm that the ballot count and the votes are total and identical. Counties are required to submit audit results to the Secretary of State's office for final approval. The Justice Department is investigating Oklahoma's response to mental health crises. The DOJ is examining if state officials and Oklahoma City officials and the Oklahoma City Police Department are providing the proper care for adults with mental health issues, specifically whether they are unnecessarily admitting people to institutions, while also relying on police rather than providing community-based mental health services. The investigation is expected to take 1 year. Some of the biggest names in the Republican Party are speaking Saturday night at the Republican Jewish Coalition's annual meeting in Las Vegas. As Fox News correspondent Alexandria Hoff reports, the list included some of the favorites for 2024.
This event is seen as a starting line for potential presidential hopefuls. None of those who attended in person have declared their candidacy, but some major hints were dropped.
If Biden succeeds in getting back in the Iran deal, I will make you a promise. I've said it before. The next president will shred it on her first day in office.
Former Ambassador Nikki Haley's speech reflected a common theme that following midterm losses, the party needs to break out of former President Trump's hold if they want to win the White House in 24. We heard that from a majority of the dozen or so high-profile speakers. But of course, not from all. Former President Trump addressed the crowd virtually from Mar-a-Lago, and he feels that the GOP is in a good position.
The Republican Party is a much bigger, more powerful party than it was before I got there. It has much more influence.
Governor Ron DeSantis closed the event out, and he did not speak to a party remodel or former President Trump, focusing instead on his accomplishments in Florida.
What we've shown in Florida is you can stand up for truth, you can stand on principle, you can fight the woke elite, and you can win.
Among additional speakers yesterday, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. He was particularly critical of former President Trump for handpicking midterm candidates on the basis that they denied the 2020 election results. We also heard from Senator Ted Cruz, who said his focus right now remains in the Senate. In Las Vegas, Nevada, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
We now take this time to honor tonight's Forstate hero. Charles Troutman, an El Dorado Springs native, served in the Army. Troutman served in both Kuwait and Korea. Troutman earned the Army Good Conduct Medal, National Defense Medal, and the Korean Defense Medal. To Corporal Charles Troutman, we thank you, our Forstate hero. Coming up, how cleaning your fridge can limit listeria.
Low price.
The CDC has a simple solution for helping stop listeria. Clean your fridge. The CDC says when you discover you have food that could be contaminated, it's not enough just to throw it away. Germs can spread to shelves and drawers, as well as cross-contamination can happen with meats and surfaces. Listeria can spread from what people touch as well. After handling contaminated food, wash all removable fridge parts with hot soapy water and inside the drawers that can be removed. Then use a tablespoon of bleach to a gallon of water to further clean the fridge. For sun lovers, less sun means indoor tanning beds to keep their color, and that can have hidden dangers. Dermatologist Melissa Pia from Cleveland Clinic says tanning beds can increase cancer risk. Pia says even using tanning beds once can increase melanoma chances, which is the deadliest skin cancer. She instead suggests that people use self-tanner as they won't damage their D&D and to avoid skin cancers. And for those who use tanning beds, need to stop. P. Lang recommends checking your skin for any abnormal signs and visiting your dermatologist as soon as possible. A new study says people who contracted a bout with COVID-19 may face a new unplanned health risk. Researchers from the UK say getting COVID may mean the possibility of having seizures within the next 6 months of contraction. They studied 300,000 Americans who got COVID and found that 55% of people who had COVID were more likely to be diagnosed with epilepsy or seizures within 6 months. Those with increased risk are those not hospitalized. Researchers want more studies on the long-term effects of the post-COVID seizures. And Doug joins us with a look at the forecast next. And later, Elon Musk organized a poll on whether or not former President Trump should be allowed back on Twitter. And the results are in.
Well, it turned out to be a pretty good Sunday for us today. In fact, the entire weekend overall nice. It was just chilly. We had plenty of sunshine all through the weekend. Still clear skies for us right now. Nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri, and we're going to see clear skies tonight and really kind of sticking around the next day or two, and then our next storm system will start to affect us. But lower 40s yesterday. It was cold this morning. We dropped into the upper teens, and then we did go into the mid 40s for afternoon highs. In fact, look at these overnight lows. 15 in Grove, 13 in Parsons, 17 in Greenfield. We did warm up, not to where we should be, but better. Mid 40s across the board. And then now we have dropped off just a bit. It's 32 in Nevada, 31 in Monette, Miami 35, 33 in Columbus. You can see Fredonia checking in at 33 degrees. So through the overnight hours, we slide back, not as cold. Upper 20s, quick warm up. We're actually going to go into the 50s as we go through the next couple days, which is nice to see because the 50s are where we should be for the end of November. Clear skies. We do have a weak wave tracking to our south. This will not affect us. This will stay to the south of us. Thankfully, the lake effect snow machine finally calming down after 6-7 feet just to the south of Buffalo. And if we look out toward the west, not a whole bunch going on. So the next couple days for us are actually going to be pretty quiet. Let's step through time. We're going to stop 7 a.m. Temps into the mid to upper 20s. Clear skies. Light southerly wind. By noon, most of us near 50. Once we get into the afternoon, we should see highs low to mid 50s. 55 in Nevada, 53 in Neosho, 53 in Parsons. As we go through tomorrow night, still pretty much clear skies, kind of chilly. We drop back near freezing. And then on Tuesday looks pretty good as well. Partly to mostly sunny skies, upper 50s to near 60. So at least getting a little bit warmer by the time we head into Tuesday afternoon. As we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, we'll start to get some clouds in here ahead of our next storm system, which is going to affect us as we head into Thanksgiving. Here's your day planner. 29 to start, plenty of sunshine tomorrow. 50 by noon. We'll drop back to 49 by 5 p.m., but we should have a high right around 53 degrees during the afternoon. All right, let's go to Wednesday. A lot of people travel Wednesday. I think we're going to be mainly dry here in the four-state area. It's Wednesday night that we'll start to see showers developing. So we're going into Thanksgiving morning, of course, in Joplin, the turkey trot, maybe dodging some showers. At least temperatures near 50. As we go through the day on Thursday, rain increases across the region. Could even have a few random thunderstorms, and then rain sticks around Thursday night all the way into Friday. If we can get enough cold air, maybe a little bit of snow trying to mix in on the backside, just assess a system we want to watch over the next few days. 53 for us tomorrow, 58 Tuesday, 59 Wednesday, Thanksgiving 56, cooler Friday, high of 47, but next weekend looks pretty good, partly sunny back into the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, minus those potential showers.
Yeah, it's not a bad week.
Yeah, those temps look good.
Yeah, a lot better than what we saw this past week.
Well, all right, sounds good, Doug. Thank you. And coming up, Airbnb introduces a new system with the hopes of new hosts connecting with current hosts. Former President Trump will once again be allowed to post on Twitter. Mr. Trump was banned from the social media service for inciting violence following the January 6th attack on the Capitol. On Friday, Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk, organized a poll asking respondents if the former chief executive should be reinstated. Almost 52% of about 15 million people who responded voted in favor of Mr. Trump's reinstatement. A bit over 48% voted no. Musk tweeted, "The people have spoken. Trump will be reinstated." And shortly after, it appeared Trump's account was in fact reinstated on the site. But it may be all for nothing. The former president says he has no interest in returning to Twitter. A new Airbnb system is hoping to encourage property owners thinking about hosting to do it. And Airbnb has created a new approach called Airbnb Setup. The system allows new hosts to connect with Superhost over any questions they may have through the setup process. 1,800 hosts have already signed up as Superhost. New hosts will also have access to community support agents as well. The company has also tripled its insurance coverage. Airbnb says there are already 4 million hosts on their site. Coming up, how one good deed gave a family their memories back. It's the season of giving, and one Missouri man has given back a special gift. After finding some family photo albums in the trash, he went to great lengths to return them to their owner. And one reporter has that story.
As a veteran, Marcus Rao has a motto he likes to live by.
I feel like you have to do one good deed every day.
On a recent stop at this Oakville BP, Rao admits he got more than he bargained for.
It was just odd finding photo albums in a gas station trash can. And this was kind of a sign for me to do my good deed. This has to get back to the person that owns them, and somebody wants these out here.
Flipping through the albums, he discovered they belonged to a woman named Betty Lloyd.
This person appears to be a senior, which makes it a little harder to find on social media. I've gone to the police station and tried tracking them down. I've gone to tax assessors to find out where they live. So far, I haven't found anything that can identify where she's at.
After Rao turned to 5 on Your Side for help, I went to an old address for Betty. Though I didn't find Betty, her neighbors sent me here to Ziegenheim Funeral Home, where the 90-year-old not only works, but where she was laid to rest. And with their help, we made this moment possible.
Hello. Mark. I'm Jill.
Jill Rectine was Betty's power of attorney.
Well, I miss her every day, and I think she's probably cheering right now in heaven that these are here and we have them.
Though it's still not clear how the albums ended up in the trash, she sees a silver lining in the incident.
How wonderful for someone to go to all this trouble to try to find the owner of these pictures.
As Rao and Rectine sat together flipping through the memories, she repeatedly thanked him for returning a piece of her heart.
I still can't believe it. I just can't believe there's still good people out there that would, do something like this.
I hope it doesn't end up in the trash again.
Man, isn't that awesome? Well, that's a look at the first 30 minutes of your KOAM News at 9. More news, weather, and sports after the break. Now the second half of the KOAM News at 9. Webb City's Veterans of Foreign Wars gives back to the community with the Thanksgiving dinner. Plus, Celebration Church in Joplin hosts a Thanksgiving potluck. And Hideout Harley-Davidson spreads early Christmas cheer with a memorial toy run.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jalen Banks. Sheriff David Groves of Cherokee County released images and video of 2 men wanted in relation to residential burglaries in the county. In security video, you see 2 men enter a door in the dark, and one man quickly disables the blink camera, and the video clip ends. Suspects may be in a stolen 2021 red Toyota Venza. Call the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office at 620-429-3992 for any information you may have. Webb City's Veterans of Foreign Wars is hosting a Thanksgiving dinner for the community. Anyone in Webb City or surrounding areas is able to stop by for a free Thanksgiving dinner. This dinner is possible because of bingo donations.
We raise our money through bingo, and so then we try to give back to the community, and this is one of the ways that we give back.
Webb City's VFW also hosts bingo game events to raise money to give the community events like Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas baskets, and more. A toy run and memorial for Mike Boyd was held in Joplin. Boyd passed away in September, and the bikers and friends of his group bought toys and brought them to the St. Paul Methodist Church. The presents go to families in need.
Yeah, I think there's just people have to have a heart and a compassion for other people. And this year's the Mike Boyd Memorial Tour run. And so for Mike, this was essential to everything that he believed in. He wanted kids to have a great Christmas. And so for him, it was worth it to take time out of your day to do the toy run and then go buy toys. And so that spirit just transitions over, I think, year after year after year. When you have someone that cares about it, it's inspiring, right? So other people want to be a part of it.
This is the 20th toy run for the group. Celebration Church in Joplin held the Thanksgiving potluck, allowing the congregation an opportunity to participate in Thanksgiving before people hit the road.
We just want people to know they're welcome, that they're loved, that when they come to Celebration Church, they're not judged, that they're free to be themselves, and they come as they are, and because Jesus just loves us right where we are, and he changes us one step at a time.
To find more events such as this one, you can find them on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Yesterday in Anderson, Missouri, services for a young tow truck driver that was killed in a single vehicle crash on I-44 at Joplin on Tuesday morning. Bradley Skaggs, who was 18 years old, was a lifelong McDonald County resident. His family had asked that tow truck operators and first responders led the funeral procession. The total number in the funeral procession is not known, but it stretched for miles. He was buried south of Knoll near Sulphur Springs, Arkansas. He is survived by his parents, brothers, sisters, and fiance. The Kansas Secretary of State declared that all 105 Kansas counties had completed their post-election audit. State law mandates post-election audits, which were conducted in Kansas for the first time in 2019 under the Schwab administration. A post-election audit is performed to confirm that the ballot count and the vote total is identical. Counties are required to submit the audit results to the Secretary of State's office for final approval. The Justice Department is investigating Oklahoma's response to mental health crises. The DOJ is examining if state officials, Oklahoma City officials, and the Oklahoma City Police Department are providing the proper care for adults with mental health issues. Specifically, whether they are unnecessarily admitting people to institutions, while also relying on police rather than providing community-based mental health services. The investigation is expected to take 1 year. President Joe Biden is celebrating his 80th birthday today, a milestone that makes him the first octogenarian to serve in the White House. The president is facing increasing pressure about whether he's running for a second term, with a growing number of Democrats hesitant to get behind him for a 2024 run. Fox News correspondent Lucas Tomlinson has the details from the White House.
The birthday messages have been pouring in on Twitter to the oldest president in U.S. history. None of them are mentioning his age, probably not a coincidence. Let's take a look at some of those tweets. Here's the First Lady, Jill Biden. There's no one else I'd rather dance with than you. Happy birthday, Joe. I love you. Here's Biden's former boss, Barack Obama. Happy birthday, Joe Biden. There's a lot to celebrate these days, and I couldn't be more grateful that America has you sitting behind the desk. In recent days, 3 powerful Democratic lawmakers, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, and James Clyburn, all in their 80s, said they would step down from party leadership. President Biden remains defiant and recently said he plans on running for re-election in 2024 and will make a final decision early next year.
My intention is that I run again, but I'm a great respecter of fate, and this is ultimately a family decision. I think everybody wants me to run, but we're going to have discussions about it.
On ABC, Jonathan Karl asked Adam Schiff the following question.
Today is Joe Biden's 80th birthday. Do you think he should run for re-election?
I think he should. I think he's extremely capable. What he's been able to do in the last 2 years is an unprecedented level of accomplishment. And if he wants to continue, I'm for him.
The inflation crisis remains a problem nationwide. This year's Thanksgiving is supposed to be the most expensive in history, costing 20% more than last year.
All of these prices are way up, and it's because of the spending coming out of Washington. In terms of the energy you're talking about, people want affordable energy. And the thing that's most disturbing to me, Maria, is what's happening right now with regard to China and the U.S. China is eating our lunch.
It's clear the White House wanted the focus to be on the wedding of the president's granddaughter this weekend, not the president's birthday. At the White House, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Up next, we'll take a look at the FIFA World Cup as it kicks off this weekend in Qatar.
During the Black Friday,
the FIFA World Cup kicks off today in Qatar, but not without controversy off the field. The Federation president is lashing out at Western critics unhappy with the Muslim nation's decision to ban alcoholic beverages at all 8 stadiums hosting the games. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan is in Doha with the latest.
As the World Cup 2022 officially kicks off, Ecuador has won the first match against Qatar. Ecuador fans cheered, celebrating the victory as the clock rang out 2-0. More than 60,000 fans packed one of the 8 stadiums. Meanwhile, at the nearby FIFA Fan Festival, quite the dangerous scene. 80,000 people showed up to the venue, which is only supposed to hold about half of that amount, and police showed up in riot gear. Visitors shouted as they were shoved into cramped areas, closed in, wedged between crowd control barriers. Parents could even be seen trying to shield their kids from getting hurt. By this time tomorrow, the U.S. men's national team will play Wales. Much of the focus ahead of the global sporting event was the human rights concerns, especially for migrant workers building these stadiums. Activists claim that they've suffered inhumane conditions, claims that the government here denies. In a press conference today, I asked the U.S. men's soccer team about some of these issues.
Being here on the ground, Greg, what is the stance that the U.S. team is making?
We have this mantra of be the change. And for us, it's about starting with the individual and understanding that every individual has a right or an obligation to promote change on their own level. And that's something that we've been focused on as a group, as a federation, as a team. And I think the campaign has been successful.
U.S. President Joe Biden called the U.S. team, wishing them well and saying that the whole country is rooting for them. Again, the U.S. will play Wales tomorrow starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. In Qatar, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Doug joins us with a look at the forecast next. And later, Seneca football is headed to the semifinals after their win against Liberty Mountain View. That and more in sports.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a nice weekend, a chilly weekend. Temperatures only into the 40s, but at least we had the sunshine and warmer than what we did see last week. And we're going to continue to warm up a bit as we go through the next couple days. Here's a nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. We have the clear skies. We're going to continue to see the clear skies as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. Look at the trend over the past 36 hours. Lower 40s yesterday, teens during the morning, but working in the right direction slowly. But these were our coldest temperatures that we have seen so far this fall, heading toward winter season. Down to 15 at Stockton Lake, 15 at Pittsburgh, 16 in Coffeyville. Pineville was down to 18 degrees. We did go mid 40s. Of course, we're going the other direction now. 32 in Greenfield, 31 in Monette. We have Fort Scott, 33, 32 in Coffeyville. Oklahoma, Miami sitting at about 33 degrees. All right, as we go into the morning hours, we're going to have clear skies all night long. We're going to drop back upper 20s, 43 by 10 a.m. So at least we get the sunshine back, and we should go into lower 50s for highs tomorrow, which is good. A little bit better than what we have seen. So clear skies here. There's nothing going on. We have a weak wave that is tracking just to our south, and this is actually going to track right across the southeastern parts of the U.S. Some of these clouds may get into our southern counties by morning, but besides that, it's not going to affect us at all. At least the lake effect snow calming down just a bit. If we look out toward the west, nothing is going on. So this is our weather for the next few days, and then eventually this system will start to affect us by the time we head into Thanksgiving. Until then, we look okay. All right, clear skies tonight, upper 20s. As we go through the morning hours, we warm near 50 by noon. As we get into the afternoon, low to mid 50s, 53 in Iola, Nowata at 55, 55 for Lamar, Neosho about 53. Still clear skies tomorrow night. Southerly winds are going to start to pick up just a little bit. This is actually going to help our temperatures warm up. Here's Tuesday morning. By the afternoon, a little bit warmer. We go into the mid to upper 50s for afternoon highs. Then Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's when we'll start to see the clouds increasing ahead of our next storm system. Day planner 29 to start, 50 by noon, drop back to 49 by 5, high temp 53, sunny skies all day long for us tomorrow. A lot of clouds on Wednesday. A lot of people travel Wednesday. We should be mainly dry. It's Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Of course, Thanksgiving, rain starts to pop up. Periods of showers throughout the day. On Thursday into Thursday evening. Here's 4 p.m. It's a great day to stay inside and watch some football and eat some turkey. Thursday night, rain increases into Friday morning. You can see a little bit of snow trying to mix in. That is something we want to watch. as we go through the next couple days. 53 tomorrow, near 60 on Tuesday, 59 Wednesday, 56 Thursday, and then a little bit cooler Black Friday, but the weekend shaping up pretty good.
Oh, that looks good. I'm flying back home to Illinois on Wednesday, so hopefully that hopefully that rain could stay off to the side.
Yeah.
I don't want to be up in the sky, with some turbulences and whatnot. All right, sounds good. And coming up in sports, the Chiefs aim for their 4th straight win against the Chargers. Plus, Pitt State rolls into the second round of the playoffs. Hear from the team next.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 7-2 this season and have won 3 straight games. They're on the road tonight facing the Chargers. These two teams met once already in Week 2. Kansas City came back to win a close one 27-24, and tonight they've come back again. Chiefs lead 23-20 in the 4th quarter. Travis Kelce has 5 catches for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Pitt State Gorillas came ready to play on Saturday, shutting out UIndy in the first round of the playoffs 35-0. Devin Garrison scored 2 touchdowns, and the Pitt State defense forced 6 turnovers. Antoine Nunn Jr. had 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. Dubem Okonkwo had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and a lot of fun.
Dubem brings energy every day, just in life. That's who he is as a young man, and he's fun to be around. And sometimes we have to find the time or the way to draw the line sometimes, but he has a lot of fun with the guys. And I love, and I told our football team this early on, do not lose that edge that they have out there. Our guys are dancing, and I have officials warning us no dancing and all this, but our guys love to play football. They love to celebrate together, and it's a lot of fun to be around.
Seneca is headed to the Class 2 semifinals following a big win over Liberty Mountain View on Saturday. The Indians tamed the Eagles' high-powered offense, while junior running back Jackson Mars scored 3 touchdowns.
He's such a tough kid, to take the amount of carries he does on offense and then turn right around on defense and play with extreme effort. And but he takes care of his body. He trains the right way in the weight room and gives himself a chance to be successful this time of year.
On Saturday, Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State competed in the Central Region Cross Country Championships. The Lions hosted this year's event. The Southern men continue their dominant season, taking home the team and individual titles this weekend. Gideon Kimutai won the race for the 3rd time in his career, and teammate Ryan Riddle placed 4th. Pittsburgh State finished in 4th as a team. The Gorillas were led by Matthew Oglesby and Diego Contreras. They placed 2nd and 3rd. On the women's side, the Gorillas are the regional runners-up. Laura Murdoch was the first Pitt State runner to cross the finish line in 6th place. Missouri Southern finished 12th as a team. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
A Florida family visiting New Orleans says their beloved dog has been found after their pickup truck was stolen with the dog still inside. And Caitlin Rust reports.
Best case scenario is he comes home and we can find him. I don't care about the truck.
Surveillance video captures the moment around 10:45 Friday night when Stuart Trahan's truck suddenly sped off.
It took a little while. It didn't seem real. It was just kind of like, oh my God, what just happened? Then like Sam, oh my God.
And you see the heartbreaking moment he realizes his best friend is still inside.
That it had been waiting about 10 or 20 seconds at the corner right here where we're standing. My truck was right here behind us, but by the time I opened the door, walked over here with the luggage, they pulled up, jumped in the car and left. That fast.
Trahan had just arrived after a 10-hour drive from Florida, here to visit his daughter for Thanksgiving. He left Sam in the dark gray 2018 Dodge Ram 2500 that has a winch attached to its front end and a Louisiana Tech Forestry sticker on the back window. He had it running, but it was locked while he got everyone's things settled in. He came back to grab some more luggage and unlocked it. He says someone hopped out of a 4-door dark-colored sedan and into his truck, flooring it down the 2100 block of Mirabeau, taking a squealing left turn down Pogger. Trahan tears up at the thought of how confused Sweet Sam must have been rolling around in the back seat.
He's one of the family. He was there. I held him when he was this big, and he's this big now, you know, and he's just he's a lovable creature, you know. He's part of us. I mean, I can bring him anywhere, you know. He never embarrasses. My work badge was in the car, but he has his work badge. I can bring him to work, and we both wear our work badges to work. And so he's an awesome friend, and he's one of my kids, like.
Trahan, consumed with worry for his buddy, took to social media, local news stations, animal rescues, and the police. And now, thanks to some eagle-eyed, caring citizens, the 95 pounds of lovable lab is back where he belongs, in Trahan's arms.
Say thank you. Say what? Say what?
Man, that's awesome. I don't know what I'd do if I had, had my German Shepherd stolen from me. But that's our time for now. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here next time. Thank you for making us part of your night.
Live closed captioning